In today's video, I'm going to give you a closer look at this foldable shelf for the Traeger Ironwood 885, so that hopefully by the end of the video, you can decide for yourself if this is the right accessory for you. So first up, I'm going to talk about what it takes to attach this onto your Traeger Ironwood, and then after that, I'm going to give you a quick comparison between the original Traeger shelf, which I have here, and this one, so that I can show you why I think this is a nice upgrade from the original shelf. So attaching this to your Traeger is pretty simple. Before I get too far into showing you the process of that, I did want to point out that while I have the Ironwood 885, this shelf will actually fit the Traeger Pro 780, but there are also other models of this that will fit other models of Traeger smokers. But back to the installation process, connecting is pretty simple. So all you have to do is you have two of these brackets that you put on either side, right below the handle on here. It just takes 2 screws on each side. The screws are actually already in your Traeger. You just take those out and put them into the holes right here. And if you actually use the original Traeger shelf, the installation process is pretty much exactly the same. So once you have these brackets installed on the left and the right, all you have to do then is simply put this shelf onto the bracket and hang it over the side, and it will connect. And then you just have to secure it in place using 2 screws. So once you have that in, it's pretty much complete. The last thing you're going to need to do is up in the front, the shelf actually has 5 of these metal pegs. You can actually just screw those in, and then from there you're just going to have a nice place where you're going to be able to hang maybe your tongs or other grilling and smoking accessories. So that's a really nice upgrade that the original Traeger shelf that doesn't have. So now that you know how to install this, I'm going to show you a few more differences that make this a nice upgrade from the original Traeger shelf. So just comparing the build quality between the original Traeger shelf and this one, I would say the build quality is very similar. The thickness of the metal is pretty much on par with the Traeger shelf. And then as I mentioned earlier, the assembly process is pretty much the same. The width of these is pretty much the same. They're around 11.5 inches wide. So that's the same, and of course, they're the same length. The main difference I can see, of course, besides the upgrades that this one has, is that this has like a powder coated matte finish on it versus the original Traeger shelf, which has more of a glossy type of finish that matches the finish on your actual Traeger smoker. So that is one key difference. The paint doesn't match exactly the same. This has more of a flat matte look to it. So those are the main differences build-wise between the original shelf and this shelf. So next up, I'm going to show you the accessories that this shelf has that are an upgrade over the Traeger shelf. All right, so let's talk about the upgrades that this shelf has over the standard Traeger shelf. So the first one I already touched upon earlier, and it's these 5 little pegs right here. So these pegs are perfect for being able to hang your cooking tools off of, for example, your tongs or maybe your gloves. So that's pretty handy. The standard Traeger shelf does not have these. Next up, you'll notice that it actually has this cutout right here on the right side. So this cutout is perfect because it allows you to do several things. So first up, it has this little metal tub. So this thing is perfect for, you can put water in here if you wanted to, so you could wash your hands or maybe your different tools with it. You can keep vegetables in here. You could potentially even marinate meat or something in here. So quite a few different things you could do with this tub. It simply fits right here into place. Next up, you have this cutting board. So this is a really nice cutting board. See, it has a handle on it. It's nice and thick. So now you can do your food prep while you're out here. Maybe you're cutting up some onions or things like that. So that's very handy. And then this fits perfectly right here in the same spot. And then finally, if you just want to use this as a standard shelf, like your regular Traeger shelf, you have this cover. It's pretty nice because there's actually built-in magnets in each of the corners. So when you put this on, it actually stays right in place. So now you have everything you need right here. It acts as a standard shelf, but you also have the cutting board and the metal pan that I showed you. And then when you're done with this and you're ready to store your Traeger, all you have to do is simply lift it up, and then this folds down for storage. So very, very handy. All right, so there you have it. So if you're looking for a nice upgrade for your Traeger Ironwood 885 or your Traeger Pro 780, then this shelf is definitely a great option to consider.